both of you guys were here, in this building, same series 2 years ago. Is there anything familiar about Carolina, maybe different this time, or is it kind of maybe the same team you expect to kind of see?
For sure. I mean, they're 2 years more experience with their style. So I remember every single game against them for past many years have been really tough. So it's really hard to play against these guys, and they know it and we know it. So it's gonna be a really fun, hard series. So we're really looking forward to that.
Stay on the left, second row.
Just Matthew, same thing for you. I mean that series. I mean that was epic. Obviously with the 4 overtimes, you in the second one bringing everybody right to the locker room. Obviously the buzzer beater that you scored in the series clincher. I mean, just how much do you enjoy specifically playing Carolina and hope to sort of rekindle that this series?
I don't think really anybody enjoys playing Carolina. Like they're a tough team to play against, and they make it hard on you every game. But yeah, there were good memories here in this building a couple years ago in that whole series for us. But it's all back to zeros now. It's a new year, new series. I mean, you think about it. I personally thought Carolina was going to beat the Rangers last year. So when you look at it, it could have been 3 years in a row of us playing against each other in the conference finals. So I think that just speaks to how not only talented our two teams are, but how we're built for playoffs, and they are as well. Like they're a great team, and it's going to make for another great showdown. But we've been two of the top teams in the East for I mean even before I got here. Carolina's been knocking at the door. I feel like they've been in and around this for almost like 10 years now. Like it feels like a long time. So they've had a great run, and it's no surprise that we're facing them in this.
Right side up front.
Matthew, you spoke to this a little bit, but Jacob Slavin in particular, did you need that Four Nations experience of playing with him to truly appreciate everything he does, or just playing him in a series a couple of years ago, did you get the full treatment then?
Yeah, you seem to get it. Each game you play, you see something different. But I will say, I really got that. You always hear about him too, and playing out in the West, you only play him twice a year, and then playing him in playoffs, you see it a little bit more. But at that Four Nations, I really saw how unbelievable a player he is. I mean, he reminds me a lot, like him and Forsey, I feel like are very, very similar players, and probably the two best in the league at what they do. And yeah, getting to see it firsthand with him at Four Nations was great. Like defensively, his stick, blocking shots, the little plays he'd make. He got every shot through. Like the little stuff that people don't get credit for, that you might look at the top point getters in the league for D get all the credit, but I mean he's right up there for the best in the world. So definitely the leader of that, not only back end but for that team.
Right side back row.
Matthew, you've scored some big goals in this building. What do you remember about your bus in 10 celebration a few years ago?
I remember being really tired after the first one, and just the way I scored and looked, the first thing I saw was like the door, so left. And then in game 2, just the way I was going, the door was right there. So it was just, let's just get out of here. Kind of stole. I remember we kind of like stole that game 2 a little bit. We played well, but that was just, let's get out of here fast.
Stay in the back.
For either of you guys, just playing with Seth Jones the last couple months, just what have you learned about him as a person, as a player, as a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, same words like Chucky said about Slavin. Like you play against him, you learn a lot about him, and obviously like me and him, same draft here, so I know him since then, and unbelievable player already back then. But now you actually, when you see him every day in the practice and you play with him on the same time on the ice, like you actually see how great he is, how great he reads the play, how like you just trust him that he's gonna make the right play every single time he's touching the puck or he's about to touch the puck. So to play with the guy like that is helps a lot myself and our team to play with him. So it's been great.
Left side, second row.
Just Sasha, 15 hours ago, you're so invested in a Toronto series and trying to get to this point. I mean, is it hard to just turn the switch and now suddenly you parachute into Raleigh and you're thinking about playing tomorrow night against a different opponent?
I wouldn't say it's hard because, well, this morning I woke up, I knew we're traveling here, so I kind of got the switch there. But yesterday, obviously, it was all about Game 7. You didn't really think about anything, what's going to happen tomorrow or like today. But it was fun. We really enjoyed the game yesterday, and even after the game, like just being around the guys in the hotel and in the locker room, it was a lot of fun. But like I said, this morning you just wake up and you know you're traveling here, and you kind of switch to this now.
Jackie, obviously last time you guys were here 2 years ago was kind of the start of what you guys have become. Just looking around at the room at the guys that have been here all 3 years, just how would you say you guys have grown and just how these experiences have molded you guys over the last couple of years? How different you are now?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I think the only difference is just what we've gone through, and we having that experience. You have that experience to rely on, but there's really not much different with us. Like, we're still goofing around, having fun, joking all the time. But when it's time to put those work boots on, I mean, I don't think there's a team that works harder. And that's what makes it so much fun and so much more rewarding is the grind of the season. We talk about it a lot, starting from training camp and building our game, and that playoff experience started 3 years ago, and this building was a part of that. So we have that to reflect on and go back on, but this is a whole new beast this time around, and a lot of new players, a lot of new faces, but I know that the guys that have been here for 3 years are really excited for it.
Stay on the left, Mike.
Matthew, not that I expect to get a truthful answer, but how healthy are you? And if you're not fully 100%, like how have you been able to make an impact on these series if things aren't feeling as well as maybe they were before the Four Nations?
I honestly feel great, so I'm expecting to just continue to get better. The longer this goes, the better you feel. So hopefully, we can keep this going for a while.
Any more questions? Left side, Jameson.
Sasha, obviously you guys have a core group every single year, but what can you say about the job that just this team has done every single year, kind of supplementing that core? Obviously last year you had guys like Tarasenko, this year you have guys like Jones and Marchand, and not even at the deadline, but also in the offseason, just how you guys have managed to retool every single year to kind of get back to this spot.
Yeah, you said like we have a lot of guys that's been here for a long time, so that already helps, and it's also important that every single guy who comes here, they're themselves. Like they don't have to change or they don't have to be anything else. Just come here, be yourself, and I think it's also easy for those guys. They just come in and blend in really well, and every single guy, great guy. So it's every year it's been fun, and this year especially.
I'm just trying to make the most of it. Not worried about the accolades or anything like that. I'm just here to learn every day and to help win.
Right side, front row.
Seth, kind of on that point, Taylor Hall was in the same situation as you, and you guys went through that tough situation together. How much are you looking forward to playing against him after, I think both of you expressed kind of the same feelings of how hard it is to play when there's not that bigger goal maybe in sight?
Yeah, it was just a timeline of that organization, and nothing against them. I think they're going to be very successful in the future. And they wanted to build from the ground up, and there's nothing against that, nothing wrong with that. But in the case of me and Taylor, we were obviously pretty close there in Chicago. Kind of in the same situation like you mentioned. So we just wanted to, like I keep saying, give ourselves an opportunity to play on a contending team, to win a cup, just to have that feeling of playing important games. And I know Taylor's been great here. He's a super skilled player. He's fast. He does all the little things very well. So we'll have to keep an eye on him this series for sure. So I'm happy for him.
Right side, second row, Luke.
Aaron, obviously Andrei Svechnikov didn't play against you guys in 23 in this series. What kind of challenges does he present defensively for you guys now that he'll be out there?
Yeah, physical, power forward in a sense, awesome skill, can put the puck in the net, as we saw over the last few rounds watching them play. Competitor, a good complement to some of the other skill guys on their team, so somebody you have to watch out for sure.
Right side, third row.
Yeah, Aaron, bringing Brad Marchand in your team, another guy you've done some battles with through the years, I'm sure. Just what has he added to your team? I know intangibles are plus the play on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, everything you mentioned and more. Being with him around the rink, away from the rink has been a true treat. We're very lucky to have him, there's no doubt, and he brings a lot of just everything you can imagine to the team, and you know, he's proving it and showing it on the ice every day, and it's just fun to play with him.
Left side, second row.
Question for both of you, Aaron. Just you know, what do you remember about Matthew Tkachuk's role in beating the Hurricanes 2 years ago, and just how integral he was in that series? And Seth, you know, he hasn't had a lot of production so far, but what kind of impact does Matthew still make to a playoff series?
Yeah, big goals in that series for sure. Obviously, OT winner. I can't remember if you know there was other game winners in that, but I remember the one OT winner here in this building where he walked off the ice, and that was, you know, pretty special and pretty fun. And 4 OTs was a hell of a game. It was a lot of fun to play in, and we were fortunate to get that one across the finish line. So he brings a lot to the table. Even when he's not scoring or getting points, he's being physical. He's a bench presence. He's a little thorn in the other team's side. So we appreciate everything he does.
Left side, third row.
For Aaron, obviously making 3 trips to the ECF, no small feat. Every year, obviously you have your core guys, but little adjustments every year. New guys come in, Jonesy, Marchand this year, you know, Schmitty, guys like that. Just what can you say about the job that Bill and his team have done to kind of re-supplement your group every single year to kind of get you back to this place?
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, right? They find diamonds in the rough, and they find you know, guys on teams that, you know, want to come win, and they've managed to do it within the salary cap, which is incredible, or just above it sometimes. But no, the job they do is incredible. It obviously improves our team year over year, and very satisfied with obviously the job they're doing.
For either guy, obviously a lot of talk gets made that the Hurricanes are easy to plan for, not so easy to play against. Would you agree with that kind of summation?
I'm not really exactly sure what that means, but I think that they play a simple game. There's no secret plays. There's no things like that. They're a very straightforward hockey team. They have great sticks. It's really like, it feels like a man-on-man all over the ice. They're in your face. Their penalty kill is great, in your face. So there's not a lot of space out there. It's kind of a similar style we play. So I think you're going to see 2 similar styles going at it. But you know, they're known for just trying to suffocate you, forechecking, not turning pucks over the neutral zone, and just playing a brand of hockey that everyone understands how to play. And it starts with the work ethic, and I think that's what you're going to see out of them.
Questions for Seth or Aaron? Right side, back row.
Yeah, Seth, I'm going to re-up a question about Matthew. You played plenty of games against him over the years. What does he bring to the lineup? Maybe when he's not, when the puck's not going in and he's not producing offensively. You know, like what makes him, you know, difficult to play against when the production's maybe not there?
Well, he does all the things right. He doesn't cheat the game. You know, like Aaron said, when he's not back checking, he's physical. He's constantly in the other team's crease, causing havoc, drawing penalties, just being a pest out there. And I think that's, you know, along with the goal scoring, is one of the best in the world at that. So, but not only on the ice, I think off the ice. When I first got here, he was hurt, he was injured, and when he came back, you can feel the energy in the room. Whether it's pregame on a practice day, anything like that, he's constantly talking. He's constantly keeping the room light, and getting everyone going, making sure everyone feels good about themselves in their game and where they're at. So, on and off the ice, he's a big leader on this team.